bowl is packed. Not an empty seat anywhere. And we are indeed down to two survivors, the Pittsburgh Steelers and the Los Angeles Rams. And good afternoon. I'm Pat Summerall with Tom Brookshire, and they talk about survivors. I guess that's what I feel like after being here since last Tuesday.
It's true, and I wonder if maybe the Rams, even though they don't say that there's a home field advantage, the Rams were going home to their own homes every evening after a practice at a small place away from all the trouble that a lobby can make. I saw Franco Harris signing autographs patiently, but how many times can you do that and not have it fog you up a little bit?
You asked me another interesting question a minute ago, I think, Tom. Would it be an advantage, you think, for a guy like Vince Ferragamo, the Ram quarterback, to not have been through a week like this before?
I can't think of any advantage of that. The one thing I do think that if the Rams are going to win, I think they have to gamble early and get in the game. And if they get in the game and stay there, they might be able to win the football game.
I do know that you've been down talking to Ray Malavasi and to the Steeler coaches. What did they tell you? Anything last minute?
Well, Malavasi's going to use some people in motion, going to use some three outside receiver formations, maybe some trips. And I think if he does that, he might be able to get on the board early and make Pittsburgh really play.
You know, we talk so much in the National Football League about turnovers and how important they are. I think the most amazing statistic about this game is the fact that these two teams lead the NFL in regular season in turnovers. Pittsburgh 52 and the Rams 50.
And of course, Pittsburgh was getting 416 points while turning the ball over. One thing, the Pittsburgh defense doesn't have any guests on it. They're all tacklers, maybe the best tackling defensive ball club I've ever seen.
Ladies and gentlemen, the starting defense of the Los Angeles Rams. At left end, 9-year veteran number 85, Jack Youngblood. Tackle, 5-year veteran number 79, Mike Fanning. At right tackle, an 8-year veteran number 90, Larry Brooks. And at right end, an 11-year veteran number 89, Fred Dreyer. At left linebacker, 7-year veteran number 53 is Jim Youngblood. At middle linebacker, 10-year veteran number 64, Jack Reynolds. At right linebacker, a 3-year veteran number 59, Bob Brzezinski. The left cornerback, 4-year veteran number 27, Pat Thomas. Right cornerback, 5-year veteran number 49, Rod Perry. At strong safety, 9-year veteran number 42, Dave Elmendorf. At free safety, 3-year veteran number 21 is Nolan Cromwell. Head coach Ray Malavasi and the rest of the NFC champion Los Angeles Rams.
I wonder how many Steeler fans we have, Patrick. We almost have as big a crowd for Pittsburgh, I think, as Los Angeles.
And they've been here an awful long time. When we got here at 10 o'clock this morning, the parking lot was already full.
That is a macho defensive ball club, though. The Rams are solid. You're looking at one right there.
And now the starting defense for the Pittsburgh Steelers. At left end, 11-year veteran number 68 is L.C. Greenwood. Tackle, 11-year veteran number 75, Joe Green. At right tackle, 3-year veteran number 67, Gary Dunn. At right end, 5-year veteran number 76, John Banaszak. The left linebacker, 3-year veteran number 53, Dennis Winston. Middle linebacker, 6-year veteran number 58, Jack Lambert. Right linebacker, 3-year veteran, number 56, Robin Cole. The left cornerback, 2-year veteran, number 29, Ron Johnson. At right cornerback, a 10-year veteran, number 47, Mel Blount. At strong safety, 6-year veteran, number 31, Donnie Shell. And at free safety, 6-year veteran, number 24, J.T. Thomas. Head coach Chuck Noll and the rest of the defending Super Bowl champions, the Pittsburgh Steelers. Matt Barr will kick off for the Pittsburgh Steelers. And the terrible towels from Pittsburgh are on exhibit everywhere.
He ran right by some of the Steelers.
There was a towel waiver in his jogging shorts, except they became sprinting shorts, who went all the length of the field and down through the Pittsburgh kicking team. Eddie Hill is number 24, one of the two deep men for the Rams. It looks like Hill will stay in the middle, and they hope he'll handle it. Eddie Brown is also back there, and so is Jim Jodat.
Might be the only places that these teams are weak in the kicking games, the special teams, huh?
Barr with a line drive. Jodat will return from the 12. Jodat out to about the 30. That's where the Rams will operate. And already there's some extracurricular activity upfield. 17-yard return. Let's look at the Los Angeles offense.
Doug France, one of the best offensive tackles in football. The rookie Kent Hill. Rich Saul, who's a Pro Bowler. Big Dennis Hara going against Joe Green. Jackie Slater, who's played 3 spots this year well at right tackle. And, of course, one of the good tight ends, Terry Nelson.
The backfield of receivers, the quarterback. Number 15, Vince Ferragamo. The 2 runners, Wendell Tyler and Cullen Bryant. Wide receivers, Preston Gennard, number 88, and Billy Waddy, number 80. At the 28. Gennard in motion. Handoff is to Tyler. Nothing doing. Perhaps a yard. A swarming Pittsburgh defense led by Jack Lambert and Dennis Winston. Let's look at that defense.
You're going to see a lot of it. Greenwood, Joe Green, Gary Dunn, and Banaszak. And the people on that right side, by the way, give you a lot of action.
Linebackers, Dennis Winston, Jack Lambert, Robin Cole. In the secondary.
Everybody a tackler and a hitter, and tough on man-to-man coverage. Johnson, Mel Blount, Donnie Shell, and J.T. Thomas.
2nd and 9. And now they'll operate for the moment, at least in the I formation, with Cullen Bryant right behind Ferragamo. The pitch back to Tyler, who slips down. Can't get back up in time before Jack Lambert is there again. It'll be 3rd and long, a situation you don't want. -4 on that play.
The leading tackler, 119 solos. Obviously, the linebacker needs a lot of help from people up front. Watch Joe Green coming through. Good play by Robin Cole on the outside, turned it back, and the Rams are supposed to run well on natural grass.
It's the man who made the tackle. Middle linebacker, Jack Lambert. 3rd and 13 after that 4-yard loss. Lauren Tage, Gary Dunn have entered. Here's Ferragamo's first throw. Complete to Bryant. Outside the 30 to about the 33, where Donnie Shell was the first tackler there, number 31.
Big factor was that Ferragamo did have time, a lot of time. No pressure at all on him. But the Pittsburgh defense played inside the sticks and no first down.
So Ken Clark is number 13, the Ram kicker. And T-Bell, Theo Bell, back standing on the Pittsburgh 27-yard line. And he is dangerous.
And Clark has had a couple of blocks this year. See if the Steelers might be thinking about that early.
No pressure. Good kick from Clark. Chases Bell back to the 24. He gets away from Jodat. He might have a little room. Chased out of bounds by number 25, Eddie Brown. But the Pittsburgh Steelers will show us offense for the first time. 43-yard punt, 11-yard return. This telecast is presented by authority of the National Football League. It's intended for the private use of our audience. Any rebroadcast or other use of this telecast without the express written consent of the National Football League is prohibited.
There's a flag down. They might call clipping, I think, on the Steelers. He made a couple of people miss, though, with just some darn good running. Actually ran away from where they were setting up the wall.
Fred Silva. A little problem, obviously, with the microphone that Silva is wearing. Franco Harris and Rocky Bleier start in the backfield for Pittsburgh. They have never lost the postseason game when they start together.
It's a tough defense to run on, but if anybody can do it, you figure it's Pittsburgh. John Kolb, 265 pounds at left tackle. Sam Davis, about the same. Webster, 5'11", about 265 at center. Steve Carson, the big second-year guard from South Carolina. Larry Brown, the former tight end, who's now 260. And Benny Cunningham, a 250-pound tight end.
Quarterback is Terry Bradshaw, Harrison Bleier. Of course, the runners and Lynn Swan and John Stallworth. Those familiar names wide on each side. Stallworth left, Swan right. To Bleier. First down, Pittsburgh.
The old toss trap. Nobody traps better inside between the tackles and the Pittsburgh Steelers. And the reason is it's very basic. It's honest football. If it breaks down, there's not a lot going wrong with it. All you got to do is get to the hole a little bit better and go off the trap blocker. Youngblood, Fanning, Larry Brooks, and Freddie Dreyer. Fanning, you can trap.
The linebackers, Youngblood, Jim, Reynolds, and Brzezinski. We'll get the secondary in a second. Franco Harris, Brzezinski, breaks and beats the block.
And attacked, didn't he?
By Bob Brzezinski.
Let's take a look and see what they did. Watch the bottom part of your screen. You'll see the Ohio Stater come across, set up. Actually, it wasn't too much of a block by Rocky Bleier. Bleier didn't get much on the linebacker at all.
Number 59 is Brzezinski, who made the tackle. The Rams secondary has Thomas Perry, Elmendorf, and Nolan Cromwell. 2nd and 9. Bleier again with good yardage, and Bleier has another Pittsburgh first down. Brzezinski again on the tackle with help from Elmendorf.
And again, it's a cross block, a very simple football play. If you've been watching football, you've probably seen it for 30 years. Watch the left side of your screen. Let's see what they do with Fanning. They let him go down inside. Actually, Franco Harris, the fullback, didn't even have to block him. He chased the guard right out of the play. Inches?
Well, he might be a little bit short. I thought he had it. So it'll be 3rd and just a couple.
Grossman comes in, a very fine pass-catching tight end.
He'll also be in the game with Benny Cunningham.
They usually line up in that little wing back, short yardage offense, and they'll also trap from the outside with that, won't they?
That's what they did in the regular season, but in postseason play, the Pittsburgh Steelers have been phenomenal on 3rd down. Over 70% they have converted. That's Grossman in motion. That's Harris in motion. Motion enough for a Steeler first down.
People were talking all week, can Franco Harris run on grass like he does AstroTurf? Franco Harris can really run on almost anything. He's a flat-footed runner. He runs like an Indian coming through the forest. Icy turf, real grass, Franco Harris can run on anything.
Steelers have only played 2 games this year, regular season, on natural turf. But as Chuck Noll reminded us the other day, we were talking to him, don't forget we won last year's Super Bowl on natural grass. Larry Brooks hits Rocky Bleier in the backfield. He did well to hang on to the football.
John Madden was telling us coming out here this morning that Upshaw, the great offensive guard for Oakland, said Larry Brooks is the best defensive lineman he's ever played against. This time he's in the over defense, right on the nose of the center, and just completely wrecks the play. What an effort.
Larry Brown trying to come down the line and trap block on Brooks, and he just defeated him.
There he is. Serious fella.
2nd and 11. 1-yard loss. Bradshaw, first time today in a passing situation. Makes it work. Franco Harris to the 30. Inside the 30 to about the 26. Jim Youngblood finally made the tackle, but number 32 with a 32-yard pickup.
Beautiful call by Bradshaw. And remember, this quarterback does call his own plays. He's looking for Franco. It's just a swing right through, straight by the fullback. Franco caught, 26 passes during the season. But he's not the big guy that you worry about. Here it is. $220-pound runaway.
He cheated up closer to the line just before that play started. Fire, perhaps, to the line of scrimmage. Brudzinski again, the first man to hit him.
Freddie Dryer got some of the ball carrier, too. One thing we found out about the Rams, and they did have 2 seasons. They had the first half of the season when everybody was hurt, and the second half when young Ferragamo came on for Hayden, and they are not a bunch of cute guys. They are not Hollywood types. They are a tough bunch of dudes, the Rams.
2nd and 10. 26-yard line of the Rams. Bradshaw calling. Pitch out to Harris. Jim Youngblood, number 53, and Elmendorf, number 42. Got him out of bounds after Franco got a couple.
I'll tell you, it's a great play by number 53, or Franco really has some yardage. It's a tear play, a toss. Look at Brown getting out front, number 79. They get around Youngblood. He's probably still favoring that leg a little bit. And a good play by the linebacker coming from behind, closing on it.
There is Jim, not related to Jack, but both super athletes, good players. 3rd and 8 for Pittsburgh at the 24-yard line of Los Angeles. No score. 7:42 left to play in the first quarter of Super Bowl 14. 3 wide receivers for Pittsburgh now. Jim Smith is coming. Bradshaw going deep for Swan and just overthrown. Pat Thomas back there with him.
Ball really did a hang job, though. The ball was really hanging a long time. Here's Swan now. Faking the out, going straight up. Ooh, he beat Cromwell a little bit. Look at the offside cornerback get right back into it, though. Some play by number 27.
Pretty good move he put on there.
Pat Thomas was the one that showed up, or that might have been zipped on a line.
It'll be Matt Barr from 41 yards out, trying to put the Steelers on top first. I won't get there, I don't believe. Yes, it does. Just over the goalpost. Just barely over the crossbar.
Chuck knows that the young Barr has missed a few field goals this year, but not the ones that really counted. That was a big one.
Oh, with 7:31 left to play in the first quarter, Pittsburgh breaks on top. They lead on a 41-yard field goal by Barr.
On the next Throwback Thursday, Dave Damashek and Maurice Jones-Drew look back at one of the game's most dominant defenses ever.
The Chicago Bears are world champions of football.
Throwback Thursday, the 85 Bears. Next Thursday at 8 on NFL Network.
From high above the Rose Bowl, Super Bowl 14. 3-0 Pittsburgh, a 41-yard field goal.
And the Steelers had the ball 5 minutes and 5 seconds.
And an onside kick. Rams had it, dropped it. It was number 52. The Rams got it back. It was George Andrews that made the catch. But Barr executed that well. That almost worked early.
It's easy to do when you got a great defense like this, too. You're pretty cocky. You just say, what the heck? They're not going to do too much to us. Let's see if we can get it and blow the game open right away. Good play by Andrews.
They had him surrounded, didn't they?
A jump and catch.
So the Rams will take over at their own 41. That's the story of that scoring drive. Vince Ferragamo, the quarterback. Wendell Tyler and Cullen Bryant behind him. Throwing on first. He has time. He does. To Tyler. Knocked out of bounds in front of the Pittsburgh bench with a lot of authority by Donnie Shell.
Ferragamo hits the deck, too. He gets knocked down after he throws this. Here's the first man out of the backfield, a swing fan, just cutting it back. He gets behind Dirt Winston, who overdrops a little bit. And Ferragamo that time just sort of laid it out sidearm as he was being rushed. Here comes the rush on him. You're starting your 7th game.
Steve
Furness.
Furness was the man who leveled Ferragamo. 6-yard gain, however, make it 2nd and 4 at the 46. That's Tyler again. Perhaps a little room and a little bit more. Wendell Tyler might go. Dirk Winston slips down and Tyler still on his feet. Donnie Shell drags him down at the 13.
What a run by Wendell Tyler. He had 6 runs over 30 yards this year. He led the NFC in long runs. 5.1 average. And watch him. These are not missed tackles. This is great running. There's a difference. Good blocks, too. I'll tell you, that was a good shoulder he got away from. Look at him slip through some guys that are all pro. There's Winston hitting the dirt. And now it's Donnie Shell. Finally gets him.
This was 39 yards by Tyler. Ram first down. At the 14-yard line of Pittsburgh, Lawrence McCutcheon is now in the backfield. Billy Waddy comes out of there in motion. This is McCutcheon. Down to the 8.
Last time the Rams played the Steelers and beat them, the backs were John Cappelletti and number 30 McCutcheon.
Dennis Winston made the tackle. 6-yard pickup by McCutcheon. The Steelers did such a job on Earl Campbell against Houston that I think a lot of people had the idea that no one would be able to run against them. They stifled Larry Zonka and the Dolphins as well. 2nd and 4. McCutcheon again to about the 5.
But the Steelers only had the goal line dented on the ground 9 times all year. And that's a pretty fast lane league they're in over there, too.
It'll be 3rd down. Looks like about 1.5 yards. Joe Green and group backed up at the moment by Ram running attack, which is what head coach Ray Malavasi said they had to do and thought they could do. We'll call it 3rd and 1. McCutcheon and Bryant, and this time it's McCutcheon again, and he'll have a first down. Inside the 5 at about the 3. Donnie Shell, the safety man, made the tackle.
That looks like the McCutcheon that used to roll up those 1,000-yard seasons before the injuries began to just be too much for him. Watch Nelson, the tight end, a good blocking tight end. Cuts Winston off the outside linebacker. They just shoved the big back through there. Good looking offensive series.
Call it 1st and goal from the 3 as Gordon Gravel comes into the lineup. On offense for the Rams, Charlie Young is there as well, and Wendell Tyler is back. Lined up next to Cullen Bryant. Young is a flanker on the right side, right behind the other tight end, Terry Nelson. Doug France is a tight end on the other side. That's Tyler. I didn't see any officials' hands go up. Some Rams did, but it's not a touchdown.
The officials were right on the goal line, and I have a feeling our camera's right on the goal line, too. Let's check it. Ferragamo. To Tyler, who cuts back. Lambert over the top. Cole from the other side. Not even close.
J.T. Thomas, and watch that defense. Submarine and then come over the top. Inside the 1. 2nd and goal. Tyler. Again, the Rams go up with the hands, but nobody in the striped shirt does.
I thought somebody broke on the offensive line. They were going to get a flag, but one never dropped.
Robin Cole, the leading tackler.
There was a lot of fur flying when the play was over. Watch it now.
A lot of fur flying when it was going on.
Yeah, Wendell got almost with his back to the line. From here on, it was a sudden reversal. I think that's Robin Cole that did it. Tyler's hurt.
I thought that play was never going to be over.
Somebody wrenched the ball out of his hand and threw it about 20 feet up in the air.
It was Winston, I believe. But Wendell Tyler lying down on just about the 5-yard line. He has 5 carries, 37 yards. It'll be 3rd and goal when we come back.
Get it to your leading running back.
So it's 3rd down now at the 1. And McCutcheon has replaced Tyler. Cullen Bryant. And this time he gets in. Touchdown, Los Angeles.
Maybe that's the best way to do it. Good blocking by the Rams on that left side of the line. They straightened everybody up. That's all they had to do.
We're looking right down that line, and all he has to do is break that imaginary plane. Pittsburgh knocked him back.
6 touchdown for Cullen Bryant. Boy, from Colorado's getting to be quite a fullback, isn't he?
That drive, 59 yards, 8 plays, and the Rams control the ball 4 minutes, 41 seconds. Frank Corral with Nolan Cromwell holding. Will try to make it 7-0. And he does. And again, there's a little activity after the play. Frank Corral will kick off for the Rams. Larry Anderson back deep for the Steelers.
59-yard drive and 8 plays and 4:41 used up.
The kick back to the 2. Anderson. Still on his feet. And still. And turning it on before number 51 can knock him out of bounds, Joe Harris. If it hadn't been for Joe Harris, Pittsburgh might have been ahead again. 45-yard return.
Longest one during the year for Anderson was 44. But watch the blocking up in front. They get up in there, and nobody's dodging it. Broke one tackle, just ran through it. Corral never even got a finger on him. You're right, another yard. He might have gone right down the sidelines.
There's Larry Anderson in his 2nd year only. And obviously with a lot of speed. 1st and 10 at the 47 for the Steelers. It's Franco Harris with good yardage and breaking and pounding for a Steeler 1st down before Nolan Cromwell makes the tackle.
Watch the block by Sam Davis to the right of your screen. Watch number 57. Cuts back inside. Gets Brooks on the ground. Tell you, for a big man, Franco still amazes me. He gets to the hole faster than anybody.
I see a lot of people slipping down as they try to stop on this turf. As we told you before, it rained quite a bit earlier in the week. Ronnie Lyle to the 40.
Brzezinski again, the big linebacker, and I mean, he stuck him. You could almost hear that one, huh? I could almost feel it. Watch this. Watch the linebacker to the left of your screen fire right in. Get rid of the block by Kolb. He doesn't even hit him. Got Rocky's attention.
Here's Bob trying to trap Mike Fanning. There's Ferragamo, who directed the Ram touchdown drive. Thinking about what's going to happen the next time we get it. Bradshaw has his man, the tight end, Benny Cunningham, open across the middle.
Anybody really throw it better on the pure pass right now than Bradshaw?
I don't think so. That one was a little low,
Yeah,
but he can get it there.
It's catchable. Of course, when you've got a number 1 draft choice, a tight end like that, Cunningham at 250, 6'4", it is a nice target. Watch this, though. Again, you'll put the point, finger on the point, throw that a little low. Pretty cool customer backing out of it, though.
See him look left as soon as he got the ball. 3rd and 2. Benny Cunningham and Randy Grossman, the other tight end, both in the game. Here's a handoff to Blyer. He breaks the tackle and gets another 1st down, down to the 30. Elmendorf, the safety man on the tackle.
Big block by Sam Davis again. Big left guard pulled right over, and that Webster is such a horse to anchor your offensive line on at center. Nobody wanted him in the draft but Pittsburgh, you know.
And really nobody on Pittsburgh wanted him except the head coach.
They said he was too short. Webster something. There's Greenwood. Dig those shades.
Webster gets down very low. Hard for anybody to get underneath. Here's Swan coming back to him. 1st down. Pat Thomas, the defender.
Vermeil, A Football Life. Tonight at 9, only on NFL Network.
pretty even after the first quarter, but the Rams had the scoreboard. Good pass on that last play on the hook.
1st and 10 on the 18 for Bradshaw and the Steelers. Bradshaw hid the ball behind his back momentarily and started to run, then throws, has it at the 5-yard line, complete.
Rocky Bleier was open in the end zone for the entire play. Bradshaw couldn't get it loaded up and get it to number 20.
Pass complete to Cunningham, the tight end again.
Watch Bradshaw now. Fake, and then Bleier goes through and sort of strips it by taking Reynolds, the middle linebacker, out of there. Now there's some room for the tight end to take it. He is a big target, isn't he?
Huge. Elmendorf up on the tackle, but it's 1st and goal at the 5. 250, 6'4.5". Benny Cunningham, the tight end, on the right side. Franco Harris tripped up at the line of scrimmage, might have gotten a yard. Fred Dreyer underneath, and Larry Brooks helped.
Great play by Dreyer. You beat John Kolb over there. You're doing quite a job. Watch the left part of your screen. See where 89 comes from. Number 72 is trying to go out and work on him there. That's Mullins, the guard.
Dreyer just got underneath. Beat the block. 2nd and goal just inside the 5. Call it the 4. Bradshaw looking for Stallworth. Has him. He gets knocked back. He caught it almost on top of the goal line and was knocked backwards.
Stallworth is just dynamite. He had 8 touchdowns during the regular season. 65-yarder, averaged almost 17 yards a catch. It's funny because Stallworth averaged about 17 yards a catch when he was in college, too. They get great position, and he and Swan can both jump out of the ballpark.
It was Rod Perry that prevented the touchdown for the Rams, but the Steelers are inside the 1. On 3rd down. Double tight ends over on the right. Fire in motion. Franco Harris trying to get in, and he will. Standing. Pittsburgh is back in the lead.
An even dozen touchdowns, 11 during the regular season. Only 2 men have more yardage rushing the football. Jim Brown and O.J. Simpson.
Not so bad to be 3rd behind those 2, is it?
Bleier gives him a little assist there. For a big guy, he can get it going, can't he?
To Matt Barr with the punter, Craig Colquitt, holding at the 10-yard line. Steelers 9-7. Steelers 10-7. But a penalty marker is down.
Franco Harris has now scored 16 touchdowns in postseason play, which has brought down the record. It is Harris's 3rd touchdown.
Microphone not working. The extra point is good.
On the next episode of Top 100,
Amazing to watch.
He will always make a play.
2 playmaking wideouts grab their spot on the list.
When you got a home run threat like that, it's incredibly tough.
The Top 100 Players of 2016, Wednesday at 8 on NFL Network.
Matt Barr set to kick off. Eddie Hill back deep for the Los Angeles Rams. Here's Barr.
And no turnovers in that first quarter by either team.
It will be handled by Joe Dat again. Down the far sideline and knocked out of bounds before he got back to the 20 by Rick Moser. Wendell Tyler is back in the game with Cullen Bryant as the 2 Rams setbacks behind Ferragamo. That's Tyler. And again, good yardage. He can move.
Took it inside. Then Winston made his move. Then he dipped back to the outside. Wendell's only 190 pounds. We were impressed a couple of weeks ago when he ran so hard against Tampa Bay, a very tough tackling team that McKay has. Here it is. Man in motion is Bryant. He's out in front now. That's like a guard out in front of you. Good block on Greenwood. Here's the dip that got him there. And again, you can't run outside unless your outside receivers will give themselves up and come in there and block.
J.T. Thomas made the tackle. 2nd and 3 for the Rams. Pittsburgh leading 10-7 with 12.5 minutes left in the first half. Cullen Bryant struggles to break a tackle before Robin Cole tackles him.
Cole really played the trap block. Number 60, Herky Hara, the big right guard, 265 pounds. And watch Cole set up. Sort of the bottom of your screen, you might see it. Makes the big guy go ahead and throw a little early, makes the tackle. Needed some help, though.
3rd and 1 at the 28. Steelers stacked up in an odd defensive setup. Wendell Tyler trying to get to the outside, and he will. And he'll have a Ram first down out to about the 33. Jack Lambert was the first tackler in black.
There's Franco. Pretty casual dude, isn't he?
Pretty effective as well.
This does so darn much charity work, they have to tell him not to do it. He will sign on and help kids 7 days a week.
There must have been 75 youngsters in the lobby of the hotel when we were down there the other night. And the one guy in the middle signing autographs was Franco Harris.
Didn't disappoint a one, did he?
Tyler has 7 carries for 49 yards. He's still in the backfield with Cullen Bryant for the Rams. 33-yard line, the line of scrimmage, and Ferragamo will throw. Outside, Tyler cuts behind a couple of blocks and gets another one. And then goes out of bounds over in the front of the Pittsburgh bench. Hit down by Jack Lambert, and it looks like he might be hurt again.
Good effort downfield that time, especially by the big rookie guard, Kent Hill, number 72. Wendell down again, this time in the Pittsburgh bench.
He was holding his right knee.
Ferragamo makes this look pretty good for a young quarterback. Looks like he's in a little bit of trouble. And then drops it quickly as the screen forms. Watch number 72 out here. Stay on his feet right there. And give Shell a darn good block downfield.
Lambert, it appeared, might have fallen on one of Tyler's ankles. Ferragamo's 3 out of 3.
And the screen pass just scares secondary people to death.
McCutcheon goes in motion. As Tyler went out, the pitch is back to Cullen Bryant. And Cullen slams almost to midfield. Jack Lambert again on the tackle.
Big Mike Fanning. Cody Jones went down, and Mike has taken over that tackle spot and played very well.
Jack Youngblood. Jackie Slater.
Okay, he's right in the middle of that trio. That's Nelson on the outside. Slater keep working on L.C. Greenwood. Just keeps working at it, doesn't he?
Stayed with him. 2nd and 6. 4 yards to Bryant. Lawrence McCutcheon lined up close, and he'll vacate the backfield as a pass receiver. Ferragamo has McCutcheon. Perfect throw, just a little bit behind him, so he was turning away from the Pittsburgh defenders. Robin Cole and J.T. Thomas with a 2.
Gary Dunn put a pretty good rush on it. Looks like Ferragamo's going to get his feet tangled up. He's backing straight out, doesn't get set very well, but catches McCutcheon, who has just swung all the way across in front of those linebackers. Pretty good throw.
Lawrence McCutcheon, who had some leg problems, lost his job to Wendell Tyler, but has performed well today, as he did so many years before. First down, Rams at the Pittsburgh 36. Preston Denard and Ron Smith. Wide to the right. They come back the other way with McCutcheon. Not successfully. Robin Cole made the tackle.
Remember, Jack Ham, the great All-Pro, isn't playing. He's up here in the booth with us on crutches. These 2 young linebackers on either side of Lambert, Cole and Winston, are really going to be great. Robin Cole is some kind of a mean guy, and that's the way you should be if you're going to be a linebacker, especially for Pittsburgh.
Yeah. They don't have too many guests, as you said. It'll be 2nd and 12 as Wendell Tyler is back in. Boy, Pittsburgh defense and the Ram defense are both more than just good. Blitz is on. Ferragamo aiming down the right side to Billy Waddy, and a pass interference flag is down.
I believe it's Shell, Donnie Shell. Looked like he threw the elbow out. And boy, the official this time was standing right on it. The blitz is anticipated, picked up. Here's the lob. Donnie Shell turned into him just a little bit with the arm.
hooked him with his right elbow. So the Rams will pick up a first down, 20 yards on that play.
And not a lot of arguing by Shell either. If he'd have gotten further in front of Smith, it would have been legal because then Smith would have had to come through him.
No hesitation on the call, was there?
Billy Waddy, I believe that was.
It was Billy Waddy, yes. At the 18, the Rams have another first. Tyler in motion. Cullen Bryant, the ball carrier, cuts back. Down to near the 10. Robin Cole on the tackle.
Hey.
Lambert also there.
That is the first time I have ever seen a double move by Cullen Bryant. He's usually a straight cut guy and then a load, but watch the move he makes as he comes behind Doug Francis, collapsing. Look at this move. He's been working on his footwork.
It'll be 2nd and 2. Clock running with 8 minutes, 25 seconds left to play in the first half. Pittsburgh 10, Los Angeles 7. Long count. Tyler gets the call. Joe Green gets the tackle. Tyler still on his feet. Still. Robin Cole and then Dennis Winston. And finally, J.T. Thomas, number 24.
Wendell Tyler took 2 or 3 days off after the Tampa game just to sit in warm water and get the soreness out from the beating he took. He's going to have to do it again tomorrow, win or lose. They are hitting him.
Again, Joe Green lined up in that gap between the center and the guard, and he's hard to handle from there.
And, you know, Lambert stacks right behind him when they play a game.
We can't get at Lambert.
There's Lionel Taylor in charge of the offensive receivers.
3rd and 6 at the 14. Blitz is on. Ferragamo throwing the jump ball to Ron Smith. He can't hang on. He would have been out of the end zone anyway. Donnie Shell was back there with him.
Somebody's down for the Rams. A tremendous safety blitz. Watch the right part of your screen. See if the safety man comes there. You can see Taves going. Here comes JT. They pick it up pretty well. Joe Green gets his hands up. Smith almost made another great catch. He's the one that made that one at halftime against Dallas.
The injured Ram that you mentioned is Wendell Tyler again. There he goes. 26 is having a tough day. A 31-yard field goal to be attempted by Frank Corral. He's missed his last 9 from outside the 30. But he got that one. Tie game, 10-10. 7 minutes, 21 seconds left first half.
He said your advice helped him. He said thank you a lot.
What did I say?
Just kicking good.
Pat Summerall with Tom Brookshire, Super Bowl 14 on CBS. Ray Malavasi watching his team battle back to a tie. Larry Anderson returning a line drive kickoff. He almost broke one before. And he almost broke this one. He's out to the 45 and gets right up. A cartwheel. Kickoff return of 38 yards.
Let's watch it. And again, it's the aggressiveness. It's not a deep kick. It got to about the 6-yard line. And the Steelers come out flying at that Ram kickoff coverage team, which is, boy, they're having some problems today. Corral gets one chance and makes the tackle.
Kicker Frank Corral is the man who sent him head over heels, but a good return again. Pittsburgh will operate from the 45. The forward handoff to Harris. Play they use a lot. And Franco is taken down on a good play by Rod Perry.
Boy, Perry really made a tackle because Mullins got a super block to get Franco outside. Again, if you're playing a great back that likes to dip and go, you anticipate it. Watch Perry play this. 72 gets out. Watch Mullins. He'll cut Brudinski down. Now Franco's running a little bit too deep. Perry just played it perfectly. Hit him right at the knees.
And ducked right under Stallworth. And Sid Thornton is now the Steeler running back with Franco Harris. Big number 38. Straight ahead, Bradshaw. He saw something, and he took it.
Remember, late in the year, especially in Super Bowls or playoffs, he runs a lot, and nothing can hurt the defense more than that.
There's L.C. Greenwood.
Big.
Looking
He's 6'3". Stepped right between Fanning and Brooks.
It's to Harris, who's hit by Fanning. And it's short of a first down. Nolan Cromwell was up there close. It's about 2 feet short, it looks like.
What a play by Fanning. Watch it. Brooks actually got trapped by Brown, and if Fanning hadn't stopped that, that would have been a first, a clean first.
And maybe more. Here is Big Mike Fanning in his 5th year. Coming up, the first Pittsburgh punt of the day by number 5, Craig Colquitt, who's a 2-step kicker, and it's most difficult to block one against him.
Out of Tennessee, right? A Tennessee trotter, they call it.
Hold it. Eddie Brown fielded it. Pittsburgh was offside. Too much time, I believe.
It's the one thing that Chuck Noll cannot stand is when they do something that is just not very bright. It's a big fella.
There's Wendell Tyler, who's been in and out of the game. He's been hurt 3 times already. The information that we get almost every time is that he had become nauseous.
That's sick of getting hit. I told you.
And this is the right place to come for that.
Doesn't really hurt the punt, does it?
Not much. Eddie Brown, instead of standing at the 10, is now at the 15. There's Terry Bradshaw. Rams have had a punt once. Pittsburgh now has had a punt once. Oh, good kick. Better kick than the other one.
Oh, what a kick.
Ball bounces into the end zone as Eddie Brown made a fine play by knocking Anderson out of bounds.
Vermeil, A Football Life. Tonight at 9, only on NFL Network.
That is funny.
Ray Malavasi looks like he doesn't know the area code.
Looks like they put him on hold. He's really a good coach, though. You know what? He's a very bright guy.
And has done an outstanding job. In 10. 4:56 left first half. This is McCutcheon with no place to go. Dirk Winston and Steve Furness collaborated on that stop.
Oh, those linebackers show quickly, you know? There's Corral, the kicker, who's nursing a sore arm from making those tackles.
Making that tackle on Anderson on the kickoff, I'll bet you.
You kickers, though, are just so unselfish, it's incredible.
Just on the field.
Wouldn't you think that you could take advantage of linebackers that are young and show that fast? But it's very hard to fool these guys with screens.
That's what the Rams have been able to manage on first down so far. They didn't help that average with that last one, 2nd and 10. Again, that gap defense for Pittsburgh. Green pointed in and Furness. Oh, that's Cullen Bryant. And L.C. Greenwood from the outside with the yellow shoes.
He's not supposed to have the big upper arm strength and all, but watch L.C. play this number 68. Talk about closing down off the tackle. He came right through Slater. Great play.
There's that defense. Look at him pointed in on the center like that. That's got to be terrifying.
Incredible. And a great tackle on the end of it.
It'll be 3rd down and 9. As Ferragamo backpedals. Out of time. Pass caught by Terry Nelson, and what a catch it was. And now the Steelers come up with it. And Donnie Shell has run into the end zone, and the officials will beat for a moment.
He's got to get a ticket to get back in. He's already setting it up.
Donnie Shell, a free agent. One of very few on the Pittsburgh team.
Good catch by Nelson. Again, short of the sticks, though. He played down on yardage with Pittsburgh because they know where the sticks are. Pretty good pass protection. McCutcheon's kept in the block. Good catch by Nelson.
I'll stay.
Shell's right there, though.
Nelson had it, then he lost it when he hit the ground, and now Shell comes up with it and hits the official. Ken Clark. There's the Ram punter. Again, they don't put much pressure on him. Theo Bell will handle it at the 31. And this time, Jim Jodat and Dan Reisig are down after a 42-yard kick by Clark. Terry Bradshaw and the Steeler offensive unit are back. 3:14 left to play in first half. No Super Bowl ever has ever been tied at the half.
Wow. Bradshaw, 5 of 6 for 68. Looks like he's changing now, doing automatic.
Got Sid Thornton back in there with Franco Harris. Fakes that inside handoff. He has a lot of time. And it's picked off by Elmendorf. Elmendorf with the Ram interception. Jerry Mullins made the stop. Bradshaw never saw it.
Elmendorf only had 3 interceptions during the season, but he's played with that collar on his neck from the pinched nerve. But he held this bunch together, and he's always been a gutsy ball player. He's a Texas Aggie. He's labored a little bit, but he's got that ball.
It's intended for Lynn Swan, number 88, cutting across. Elmendorf played it well. Timeout, Los Angeles. Ferragamo just got onto the field. Wendell Tyler back in the game as a running back for Los Angeles. Blitz is on. Ferragamo is down. Robin Cole. J.T. Thomas also was blitzing.
How many linebackers came? Both outside linebackers dog. Winston's picked up. But Robin Cole is there, and there's nobody left to get him. Hello there. First sack after the first turnover of the game, the interception. It's a good time to come with the blitz.
One of the keys to that, you could see, is the 2 inside men, Green and Dunn, occupy 3 blockers. That's got to free up somebody. 2nd and 20 as Ferragamo will throw again. Does throw. Hillenbrand can't hold on, and it's probably just as well.
There's a coach that made his first draft count, didn't he? He got Joe Green. The next year, he took Terry Bradshaw.
That's a pretty good start. That's what you were talking about a minute ago. It's total yards.
$18,000 for the winner, $9,000 for the loser. There's a statistic right there.
Yeah, very important ones. 3rd and 20 for the Rams. Again, Pittsburgh looks like they're going to send some linebackers, but they don't. This time it's a 3-man rush. Cullen Bryant bangs down inside the 40 to the 37. Dennis Winston made the tackle, 12-yard pickup. Don't know if we'll see Frank Corral or not.
This time Denard comes inside on the man in motion, then clears out. Bryant actually did a swing all the way across, but way short of a first down. Here's Denard being just told to stop worrying about running straight up and run 9s. You're not going to do it today.
Wow. Field goal kicker is not there. 2 minutes left in the first half. The punter, Clark, was on. Now he went back off.
On the next Throwback Thursday, Dave Dameshek and Maurice Jones-Drew look back at one of the game's most dominant defenses ever.
The Chicago Bears are world champions of football.
Throwback Thursday, the 85 Bears. Next Thursday at 8 on NFL Network.
After many conferences over with Ray Malavasi, it looks like the Rams are going to try to go for a first down. A lot of faith in the defense when you do something like that. Pittsburgh puts in extra defenders.
Yeah, then Pittsburgh just put back another back in and a defensive lineman. I think Dunn came back in.
Jared Dunn came in. Rams are going for the first down. They need 8. Out of field goal range. They have 2 wide receivers on the right side of the offense, and now motion. Again, the Steelers blitz. Pass is complete, and they have their first down. It was Billy Waddy who came out with a catch. And a good throw from Ferragamo.
And Donnie Shell, the safety man, is the one they appear to be not working on, but at least completing passes on. Let's see how the pass protection held up. Excellent. And Waddy, who's not known for being a great inside pattern runner, did a pretty good hang tough job in there.
Especially with Donnie Shell whacking you in the back. Rams first down at the Pittsburgh 27. Score tied at 10 apiece. Ron Smith and Preston Denard split wide to the left. Nelson has it. He hung on.
J.T. Thomas hit him up in the air. Nelson has made 2 great catches. Watch the way the young quarterback from Nebraska gets it off early. He knows he doesn't have a lot of time, nor does he need it. Good target. Anybody that keeps Charlie Young on the bench is a pretty good tight end.
Terrific job by Terry Nelson. Terrific blocking, too, by Saul up front on Joe Green. Ram timeout.
That's an effort.
Ferragamo is 8 out of 10 for 83 yards. Not bad. 58 seconds left in the first half. Lionel Taylor looking on and conferring with his receiving corps. Rams have 1 timeout left. Pittsburgh has all 3. Jack Lambert is number 58.
Burley's, Coach Burley's, huh?
Right. CBS News is going to present a special report Monday at 11:30 p.m. Eastern Time, the Iowa caucus. Before the Iowa caucuses in 1976, Jimmy Carter was Jimmy who?
Now that New Hampshire has sort of faded, this is a very important situation in Iowa, isn't it?
You wonder what's going to happen in 1980. Join anchorman Walter Cronkite and the Campaign 80 team over most of the CBS stations. 11:30 Eastern Time Monday night.
All right, well, Pittsburgh put some pressure on. The last time after the interception, they came with the 2 outside linebacker blitz. I wonder if that's what Malavasi and Ferragamo will anticipate.
On Malavasi's left, the right of your picture is backup quarterback Bob Lee, who's been in Super Bowls before, but with different teams. There's Ferragamo looking deep, and looked like Denard might have had a half a step on Ron Johnson, was it?
Yeah, and Winston did come, the linebacker from Arkansas, number 53. By the way, Chuck Noll the other day said that Winston might be the best athlete at that size he has ever seen, which is quite a compliment from the Super Bowl coach, huh?
And what round did they get him in? 5th?
5th round out of Arkansas. He was a defensive end, wasn't he, at your old school?
Yes. 2nd and 10 at the 14-yard line. Again, the pass in the corner intended for Preston Denard or Billy Waddy. Waddy, number 80.
Runs a 40 and 4.35. It's another one of those fast Colorado fellas, right? Again, the blitz was anticipated, and it came, but it was handled. This is almost a touch. Boy, what an effort that was.
He got way off the ground. Ron Johnson was back there with him. I just wonder what kind of shape Corral is in. We saw him walking on the Ram bench a minute ago with a big bandage on his arm.
He's just been in and out kicking, hasn't he? His stroke's gone, huh?
He's got one today. 31 yards, and this one, if they do have to go field goal, wouldn't be quite that long.
Oh.
The blitz is on. Ferragamo is chased and goes down, throws, and it looks like the flag might go down on this one.
Oh, there's going to be a fight on this one. Banaszak made the big move on Ferragamo. And, I mean, they line up everybody but Art Rooney Sr.
Looked like it was very close to being intentional grounding, but there must have been a receiver somewhere in the area. Ferragamo was almost down when he let it go. In fact, they ruled that he was down.
You want to see a total blitz situation. Here's what he faced. It's called chaos. There's so many people coming, you blockers don't even know who to hold sometimes. That's Banaszak. I thought he was down.
That's what they ruled, that he was on the grass. This will be a 45-yard effort by Corral. He's still got that bandage on his right arm. It's good.
Ooh. One stage this year, he missed 7 of 10 attempts during the middle of the season. Boy, you really helped him out. One less than by Summerall, and Corral is back to kicking him.
Wow, look at this. Just inside the upright and just over the crossbar.
Good weight, huh?
13-10, the Rams back in the lead, and Chuck Noll looking on. Steelers have 14 seconds left on the clock in the first half. They have all 3 of their timeouts remaining.
Super Bowl 10, Dallas did lead Pittsburgh at the half, I think, didn't they?
Right, they did.
But the final score is still what they
belong to Pittsburgh.
Issue checks on, huh?
Corral, who just put the Rams back ahead. Larry Anderson back deep for Pittsburgh, and he has almost broken a couple. At the 7-yard line, he'll operate this time. And again, he's got some room, and again, he's outside the 40 to about the 45, and immediately comes up signaling for a timeout. Dwayne Osteen finally made the tackle. Boy, that's 3 good run backs.
He's from Louisiana Tech in his 2nd year.
Penalty marker down on the far side of the field.
Let's take a look at this. He really knows what he's doing. He draws everybody down the middle and then gets it to the outside. Robin Cole's blocking on that kickoff return team, too, pretty well.
They nail him for illegal use of the hands. And with 6 seconds left on the clock in the first half, the Steelers will operate from their own 24. The outside screen to Swan. Jim Youngblood out there to take him by the jersey, and that'll do it for the first half. The Rams, surprisingly, lead Pittsburgh 13-10 with another half to go. You know, you talk with anyone who's connected with the Pittsburgh Steelers, and they'll say, we don't concern ourselves with what the other people do. We'll just continue to what we do best. They may have to change that philosophy.
Well, the 4th quarter is a great Steeler quarter. By that time, they've gotten you beaten up. They know what they can do. So if you're not ahead of Pittsburgh going into the 4th, you're in real trouble. Stats, though, are as even as you can get. 127 yards total for Pittsburgh, 130 yards for the Los Angeles Rams. But Ferragamo's been outstanding, hasn't he?
I was just about to say, you can't deny how successful he's been, especially when he has time. So we'll watch it as we get ready for the kickoff of Super Bowl number 14, second half. It'll be Frank Corral. Apparently his arm was not hurt too badly as he made a tackle on that man, Larry Anderson, in the first half, and it was a crucial tackle. Anderson has almost broken 3 kickoffs. Here's another liner that he should be able to bring back. At the 2, he starts. Rams up 13-10. Here he comes again. Corral again has to knock him out of bounds.
And Pat, I've got to think that Chuck Noll and that staff have seen something in the coverage by the Rams. They had so many rolls of film in Chuck Noll's room the other day.
Yep.
You know, it looked like Cecil B. DeMille's retreat or something.
37-yard kickoff return by number 30, Anderson.
And they keep banging at that 3rd man in on the right side of that coverage team by Los Angeles.
Corral's going to have to get a different set of pads. Bradshaw and the Steelers operate from their own 39, and on first down he's going to throw. He's going to be chased. He does throw. He completes it to Swan. Looked like he juggled it on the way down, but got possession. Pat Thomas made the tackle.
Here's the isolate now of Swan, who has not been a factor so far. This is an under pattern. It's a 6. He's actually inside the linebackers. Bradshaw made a quick move in the pocket, or he doesn't get that one off. And I've always thought that Bradshaw in the pocket might be the best quarterback moving around in football.
Chased by Fanning. Gets away. And a throw like that, you have to be possessed with a very strong arm. 2nd and 6. It's Meyer who's back in the game, and he ducks up for about 3. Jack Reynolds led the Ram tacklers. First half was tough and a dandy. 13-10. Here's what happened to the two quarterbacks in the first half.
7 of 9 for Bradshaw for 82. 8 of 12 for young Vince Ferragamo. By the way, if Ferragamo and the Rams should win, he would be the second youngest quarterback ever to win a Super Bowl. You know who the youngest one was?
No. Joe Namath?
Joe Namath. Pretty elite company, huh?
That, of course, was in Super Bowl III, so it's been a long time. Bradshaw checking over the Ram defense. Has Grossman in motion. Has Franco Harris with the football. It's a first down, I think, but it's a tough one.
It's really close. Of course, Mike Fanning always has played the pass extremely well, and he has come on this year to play the run about as well as any defensive tackle, too.
Steeler man or Steeler fan? Not even sure it was a man. Yes, sir.
Malavasi is something. Register something. Come on, Ray. All right.
So more of those Steeler fans, and they are numerous. How about that plaque in Malavasi's office? His first contract, and only one, I guess, that he signed with the Philadelphia Eagles.
Vince McNally's name on it for $5,000, which he never collected. They cut it.
Bert Bell's name on there, $5,000. Here's Franco Harris, and there it goes. Those finesse traps by Pittsburgh. Sometimes they take a long time to develop, but when they do, the backs break clean.
Watch Davis, 57. Now watch him pull quickly across. I'm telling you, every one of the offensive linemen for the Steelers bench presses at least 500 pounds.
Nolan Cromwell, the safety man, had to make this tackle. Good block by Blyer, too. 2nd and 5. Blyer with his block on Youngblood, and you could tell Youngblood, Jack that is hurting. Bradshaw deep for Swan. He has it. 47 yards. Touchdown, Bradshaw to Swan.
And Bradshaw had to have Reynolds, the linebacker, right on his head. I don't know how Bradshaw got it off. Remember Super Bowl 10 when he threw a ball and never saw it caught for a touchdown?
Also to Swan.
Here's Swan. We said he hadn't been a factor. A man from SC can motor. Runs right by with a little fake. Great leaping ability. Fantastic body control.
Nolan Cromwell, number 21, came over and almost got a hand on it. That was Pat Thomas that was running with him. But now the Steelers go back ahead. Lynn Swan, touchdown from Bradshaw, 47 yards. Barr makes it 17-13.
Let's take another look now and see if we can see the catch. Hopefully Sandy Grossman, our director, can get the quarterback throwing the ball. What a catch. What a great touchdown.
Should I start you or Julio this week? I think I'm leaning towards Julio. Julio? He's got a good matchup. We're teammates. It's nothing personal. It's just if I win this game, I make it to the playoffs.
Without NFL.com fantasy football, what would friends talk about?
So, how's your cat? Cat's doing well. How about your cat? I don't have a cat.
It's never too early. Sign up for free at NFL.com/fantasy.
Are set to kick off. Eddie Hill will handle for the Rams at the 5. Down at the 24. Back to that touchdown play.
All right, Hacksaw Reynolds makes his move. You'll see 64, a delayed blitz. And Bradshaw is throwing his 27th touchdown in postseason play. Watch him look up to see if it's caught.
That touchdown just adds to his own record. He now has 8 touchdown passes in the Super Bowl, which ties Roger Staubach's career record. There's Lynn Swan. He has just tied the career Super Bowl record, postseason record. held by Fred Biletnikoff. Wendell Tyler almost broke loose from Jack Lambert, but not quite.
Lynn Swan, some people think, will not run inside patterns, but he will. Watch what would happen, or think what might have happened if Lambert didn't make this ankle tackle, because Wendell was heading for open territory. Big Jack, young blood, watching.
Tyler and Cullen Bryant on 2nd and 8 from the 25. Ferragamo checking over the Pittsburgh defense. Throws out to Cullen. He's got Kent Hill out in front of him. But the Steelers converge quickly.
Well, the play looked great starting out. White came across, fell down over a blocker. They get the big guard out in front. Boy, those linebackers and the safety men. Watch them recoup now and come back on defense. Everybody's down. Look at this. Now watch what happens. You're going to see nothing but marauders coming in there. There's Cole, Lambert, Blunt, Shell. Boy, they're a pain. There's Big Jack, goes back, drops, sees the screen, reads it quickly.
He and Cole and Mel Blunt all together. 3rd and 8. Jack Lambert. None better. Ferragamo is straight back this time with good protection. Going deep, he's got a receiver. Caught by Billy Waddy. And he keeps it. Waddy in a tussle at the bottom of the pile. 50 yards. Ron Johnson, the defender. Waddy had about 5 steps on Johnson that time. He had to come back to the ball.
Johnson made a real good closure on the pass, but that's when the great catch takes place. The ball is really hung. It's a great throw. Watch Johnson make up the distance as it hangs a little bit there, and now Waddy has to fight for it, and he wins. That's a great reception.
It's a Ram first down at the Steeler 24. Billy Waddy, watch that catch.
We are seeing some of the best.
He looked like he hooked it with one arm on the way down. Cullen Bryant and Lawrence McCutcheon now the tandem. McCutcheon's going to throw. Ron Smith, touchdown Los Angeles. 24 yards.
His second touchdown. The other one was against Dallas. A great play by Wendell Tyler, who made it look pretty good as a run. McCutcheon threw that, I'm sorry. But he took 3 good steps before he put his arm back. Remember when Tampa Bay ran this against the Rams last week?
And
all right, took
they were
3
wide
good
open
steps.
then too.
Yep. Got a little stuff on that one.
J.T. Thomas, the safety man, was the defender. But again, the lead has changed hands. Frank Corral with Nolan Cromwell holding. No good. 19-17 it remains.
Football Life Marathon starts Saturday at 5, only on NFL Network.
Here's Corral again, pulling it to the left. And now he come back live. The number 30's got it again. Look out for him. This time, the kick was short. Ivory Sully came up to lead the Rams special teams.
That, by the way, is the first touchdown pass ever for Lawrence McCutcheon in 7 seasons.
Ron Smith is number 84.
He almost waited too late, didn't he, to get this ball off. McCutcheon almost waited for the safety man to come from the offside and make the play.
Larry Anderson has returned 5 kickoffs for 166 yards. He has given Pittsburgh good location on the field almost every time except this, and this isn't all that bad. Line of scrimmage is the Pittsburgh 28. Franco Harris moves off to the left. Rocky Byer runs into Brzezinski. Don't forget tonight on CBS, 60 Minutes. She never played in the Super Bowl, but she was a superstar before Terry Bradshaw and Vince Ferragamo were even born.
Her name is
Betty Davis, tonight on 60 Minutes.
Gotta watch that. Watch Webster, the offensive center now, go in and cut Fanning down. Davis does his job. The Rams recovered well, and Brzezinski is a big horse of a linebacker, number 59.
He plays the run about as well as anybody. Here's Bradshaw back. Pass complete to Franco Harris. Outside the 40 to the 44.
What a move the fullback put on that time. Talk about freezing a couple of good tacklers. Watch what Franco does. Play you saw earlier, that first quarter. Terry this time goes back. He wants him all the way. Bradshaw's great at looking away. Watch this move right here. Reynolds barely got a kidney guard. He didn't even touch him.
Pat Thomas had to bring him down from behind. 9 out of 11 for Bradshaw for 143 yards. Look at Mike Webster and those arms. First and 10 Steelers. Bradshaw throwing on first. Being chased by Fanning, throwing back. Pass almost picked off by Nolan Cromwell. And he had nothing in front of him.
He read it all the way and he laid off. For a guy that used to be a Kansas quarterback, he is the darndest safety man right now. Let's see where he comes from. There's some tough blocking too. Watch Youngblood get cut down by Brown. Comes right out of the starting blocks.
Oh, wow.
Maybe.
He could have been gone. Second down, 10 at the 43. Youngblood moved and got back. Dreyer moved, didn't get back. But the Steelers may have done it.
Well, Larry Brooks finally said, I might as well go ahead and make contact and get 5. Smart move. Saw Brooks sort of think and then make his move.
57, ball start, second down.
Sam Davis that did the little bob.
He tried to get back and hold it, but Brooks took advantage of the situation very quickly.
Swan and Stallworth both split wide to the left side of the field together. Bradshaw straight back, sends out both backs. Being rushed. Pass caught 5-6 feet off the ground by Lynn Swan again.
Swan may be down. This is some catch. I don't know how Bradshaw gets the ball off. Watch this move. Dreyer almost has Bradshaw going down. Pat Thomas takes Lynn Swan and puts him up on the stadium edge.
Swan's 5th catch. Picked up 80 yards. And he is still down. Pat Thomas with a tough hit. Eight minutes, 15 seconds left to play in the third quarter. 19-17, Los Angeles. Lynn Swan, who just got hurt, looked like he came down on the side of his shoulder or side of his neck.
They'll show him this replay, and he's not going to believe that he is up and around. Almost hit on his neck and shoulder, which could have really been a serious injury.
He got up under his own power and walked off. Jim Smith has replaced him. He just set the Super Bowl lifetime record with 16 receptions with that one. A costly one, 3rd and 8.
And look out for Smith. He can run just a little bit too.
He and Stallworth are both split to the other side of the field, just at the top of your picture. Fire in motion. Bradshaw back. Bradshaw deep down the other sideline. Has a pass picked off by Eddie Brown. Intended for Smith, the lateral from Brown. Back to Pat Thomas. The Rams have it.
Boy, that time the Rams were double zoning on the outside, and Bradshaw threw right into it. And he didn't even throw it beyond and give Smith a chance for it. See, Eddie Brown was inside-outside with Thomas. Now the lateral. And now the rough guys come over. It begins to get nasty out there.
Stallworth on the tackle. Here's the interception again.
Rams are really making Terry Bradshaw move around, and this time he just didn't read the defense at all.
Pass intended for Smith. There's the man who made the interception. Fifth-year veteran Eddie Brown. It's back to Tyler. And Wendell is hit by Lambert. Johnny Shell also on the scene. Chuck Knoll, who's been so successful.
Seating with Stallworth reminds me that he got Swan and Stallworth in the same draft, both great receivers. Here's that last play. Watch Lambert play it. Greenwood goes down. Lambert's right there on the line of scrimmage. He is rather active, isn't he?
1 yard gain on that carry. 2nd and 9. Ferragamo in a situation where he might have to put up number 15 up in the air. But does not. But Tyler, who is smacked down from the other side of the field by Robin Cole. Did he close?
Are the Steelers getting nasty? Wendell's down again. You'll never see any more contact than this. And that's the difference between the modern game now and 20 years ago. They really make contact now.
Cullen Bryant put some block on L.C. Greenwood. Matt Barr, number 9, over on the sideline. Keep in mind that the Rams missed an extra point and their lead is 2 because of that. Ferragamo going deep. Over the head of Preston Denard. Coverage by Dwayne Woodruff, who is just coming back on the field now. Mel Blunt is over there as well, 47.
Ball is pretty well thrown, but Blunt at 6'3" has great reaction on the ball, always did. When the Chuck rule came in, you couldn't touch him except in that first 5 yards. People said Blunt couldn't play, and he's proven that that's wrong.
Ken Clark is number 13 for the Rams. Back deep now for Pittsburgh, I believe it's Jim Smith, who replaced Swan moments ago as a wide receiver. There he is. It goes out of bounds on the far side of the field at the 27-yard line, where Pittsburgh will take over. And Swan still looking on and sort of twisting his neck around. That's what appeared to be injured before. 6:06 left, third quarter. Look at this scene. Look at this game. At the 27, the Steelers go on offense. Straight ahead, nothing.
Boy, the Rams are really crowding the line of scrimmage. They're taking all of that line of scrimmage they can, which is what Pittsburgh likes to do when they're playing. Look at this now. Watch Brooks, number 90. Fights off Culp from behind. Davis in front. Stopped right at the moment of truth.
Reynolds and Fanning help. Word from the Pittsburgh bench is that Swan will sit out this series, and then perhaps we'll be back after that. Sidney Thornton and Franco Harris. Two Steeler running backs. Both of them about 230. That's Harris. Nolan Cromwell, safety man Nolan Cromwell, led the tacklers. Vince Ferragamo.
Remember we first saw him in the Fiesta Bowl playing for Tom Osborne in Nebraska?
He comes from California.
He went to Cal for a while before he realized that Bartkowski was going to play there for a while.
So he went to Nebraska, which he says helped him an awful lot because Nebraska was throwing the ball. Third down and 6. Bradshaw to Harris, juggles, picks it off at the shoe tops, and gets it across midfield. Brudzinski finally got him down, a 20-yard gain.
Remember the immaculate reception, the one against his rookie year against Oakland? Watch the double clutch with these hands. He almost drops it.
20 yards on a pass play.
I got you back. Some athlete. Thinking on the run.
That's hard to do. In his 8th year, the durable dangerous Franco Harris. Franco again. Just a couple. 19-17. Rams lead the Steelers. Youngblood and Youngblood make the stop.
How has Jack Youngblood played so well on what we know is a fractured lower ankle bone? I don't understand that. He just made a play then, and I thought he's going to stay down, and he won't do it. Number 85. Got a cast on his left ankle.
He said he's playing like he's on a track. He can go straight ahead, but he can't go sideways. Either way. And a long time getting here for him, too. Here's Franco Harris. Running harder now. Sid Thornton, I beg your pardon, was the ball carrier. Franco is getting some rest.
5'10", about 230. Number 2 draft a year ago, and Thornton is like, well, he's like the rest of the Steelers. He's like running into Webster or Kolb or one of those.
It'll be 3rd and 4. Tough ball here. Bradshaw, 10 out of 14 with 2 interceptions. 3rd and 4. Straight ahead is Bradshaw, and he hits for the first down. Cromwell made the tackle, but Bradshaw again saw an opening and went after it.
Dreyer is saying maybe he moved before the snap. He did, and he got away with it. He ran behind Webster, and Bradshaw is about 212, 6'3" himself.
You look at that play again, the Rams did not have a middle linebacker. In fact, Reynolds just checked. See, no middle linebacker. Might as well, why not?
Why not?
Now Reynolds is back. Bradshaw this time with plenty of time and a wide open receiver. Is Thornton down at the 16. Cromwell again on the tackle. Back come the Steelers.
Thornton caught 16 passes. Watch this play pass action. A great fake to Franco Harris. And now a lot of time. There's the second-year fullback.
22 yards on this pass.
Watch the fake hold, everybody. Reynolds decides the play's over there. The linebacker is cleared out of the area and wide open.
Pitch out, Franco. Hurdles over one man and got bounced by Jim Youngblood. Pat Thomas, he jumped. Lambert, after dark.
Boy, somebody pulled a nose guard right out of the helmet.
A few quick repairs over there. Harris, 15 carries, 35 yards.
This is some kind of a drive.
Kind of a gain. No gain on that last play. 2nd and 10 at the 16. Hand off to Thornton, nothing doing. Tried to trap up the middle, and the Rams were there.
Those Rams play in the rush a little bit on the line of scrimmage. Got a fierce group. And Pittsburgh, again, has the big offensive lineman. Reynolds filled beautifully. If he'd waited back there, he'd have been blocked. Brooks helps on the tackle. The penetration by the linebacker saved the day.
3rd and a little bit more than 10. Clock running with 45 seconds left, and Bradshaw comes back. The Rams blitz. Bradshaw's got time. Rams have the football. Rod Perry, I believe, is the one who came down with a jump ball. That's the 3rd interception from Bradshaw. They said before the game, sometimes he'll throw in to crowds. 2 Steelers are hurt.
Against San Diego, Perry had 5 interceptions. Let's see who he tries to hit coming across on this. He gets pretty good pass protection.
Throwing to Franco.
John Stallworth.
Looked like it might have gone behind Franco. Harris.
And over Stallworth's head.
Over Stallworth. From the 4. Adamo puts Waddy in motion. some running room. A first down, Los Angeles, and a big one. Mel Blount stopped him. Look at that Los Angeles bench. 13-yard gain by Wendell Tyler.
To keep the touchdown or the field goal from going on. Then to come out with this play, he dips inside. George Allen talked about this particular play before the game. Wendell Tyler is some kind of a valuable Ram.
Bradshaw and Chuck Noll. That's the end of the third quarter. Look at those Rams go. Pat Summerall and Tom Brookshire at Super Bowl 14 being brought to you by CBS Sports.
The Steelers are a little shocked right now, and the Rams seem to me to be mile high, huh?
They might have set some kind of record at the end of that third quarter, getting to the other end of the field. All 11 of them. Cullen Bryant swings in motion. Tyler gets the handoff.
Robin Cole from behind.
With some help.
You know, Marion Campbell, the Eagle defensive coordinator, he just told me one thing. He says if you play the Steelers without enthusiasm, don't show up. And I think that's the one thing that the Rams have kept. They've managed to be hustling all the time and made some things happen, especially those INTs.
The two outside linebackers for the Steelers converge to make that stop. Wendell Tyler is down for the fourth time. Following football, don't forget 60 minutes. There goes Wendell again. He seems okay. Ram touched you, but don't go ahead.
I'll bet he comes back.
Bradshaw and Chuck Noll. Clock is running again with 14:40 left in this football game. 19-17 Rams. Ray Malavasi.
Bradshaw's some guy, though, isn't he?
Terrific.
Don't count him out when you got 14 minutes left.
And you only trail by 2. At the 17, the Rams operate on second down. They need 9. Ferragamo not waiting on anything. Maybe he should have. Finally, he goes down in the hands of Lauren Taves and Steve Furness.
Here it comes. Total all-out blitz. Let's see if Lambert comes, number 58. No, he slides over and picks up the first receiver out. Here comes Taves. And friends.
Furness is 64.
Two good defenses on display this afternoon.
That was the third sack, by the way, by the Steelers on Ferragamo.
Bradshaw, 12 of 16, 191, and 3 interceptions. Ferragamo's numbers are okay, too, huh?
Wendell Tyler back in the game. Here's a play you got to be careful with. Cullen Bryant. Bams out. Not quite enough for a first down, but whoever he hit felt a jar.
Let's see if they log that defensive end inside. By that I mean they'll let him play the inside position and just take him down. Looks to me like Doug France got, I believe it was Dunn. He got Dunn to take the inside and just turned him in.
J.T. Thomas is the one who felt that joke.
No, it was White. They're working on White, number 78. He got caught inside.
Clark, his fourth punt, and it's a dandy. Jim Smith chased all the way back inside his 20. Rams are down there momentarily in good shape, and they take Smith down at the 25. A 58-yard kick by Clark. Jackie Wallace down to make the tackle. That'll stop the clock with 12 minutes and 59 seconds left to play in the game, with the Rams leading by 2. Wow. $103,985 fans. A Super Bowl record today to watch the Steelers and the Rams. Sid Thornton and Franco Harris, the running backs for Pittsburgh.
Everybody's starting to stand up in the stadium now.
Franco Harris bumps into trouble immediately.
Got no fumbles. They've had some interceptions. Those have been by contact more than anything else. Watch this defensive line play. Fanning plays a double-team block, and Hacksaw Reynolds hides in between it and makes the play on Harris. That's great defense.
Word now from the Pittsburgh Steelers is that Lynn Swann and Theo Bell will not be able to return. 2nd and 8. Smith and Stallworth then will be the wide receivers for Bradshaw, is setting up the screen, and a good one. Fumble and almost picked off by Youngblood. He almost got a rebound. Sid Thornton, the intended receiver.
Pittsburgh, once in a while, will go ahead and throw into double coverage just to let you know they think they have superior people. But with Lynn Swann out, here's Youngblood working against Brown. Steelers use the new blocking rules like they use the old blocking rules very well.
Maybe that's why there have been no holding penalties. 3rd and 8 for Pittsburgh and Bradshaw at his own 27. Deep for Stallworth. Oh, touchdown for the Steelers.
What a catch! Over the wrong shoulder. He had to take that over the wrong shoulder. That's one of the great catches you'll ever see.
73 yards.
Oh. This is the final sprint for the tape. Well, we want to look at that one again. Bradshaw really cleaned it off and relaxed, and he got perfect pass protection. Ah, this is a spaceship. Look at this. Hello, folks. That's touch. And closely covered, too.
By Rod Perry. Before that catch, Stallworth had only one. Barr with Colquitt holding. Will try to make it 24-19 Steelers.
NFL HQ, your morning destination for all the latest news from around the league.
It's everything you need to know about all 32 teams.
With complete offseason coverage from Combine to free agency. The 2016 NFL Draft and Training Camp.
I love his game.
It's the NFL way to start your day.
His feet, his athleticism, you just don't pass up on these guys.
NFL HQ, today at 8, live on NFL Network.
Kickoff to Eddie Hill at the 5. A reverse coming. That's Jodat. He gets out to the 14. Steelers did just exactly what you're supposed to do on a kickoff like this.
Here's the reverse on the kickoff. You're just hoping that somebody will get out of their pursuit lanes and not hang back. Can't get over that touchdown pass.
Rick Moser made the tackle. It's 1st and 10 Rams on their own 14-yard line. A long way to go with 11:53 left to play. 24-19 Steelers. Body in motion to the right. This is Wendell Tyler. Hit by Gary Dunn, among others. Tyler stays down. This time he looks like he's not hurt. Jack Lambert helped.
You can't keep Wendell out of the lineup, though. The doctors keep putting him back together and sending him back in.
And he keeps responding.
Some defense, though, to have to go the length of the field. I don't care how much time you have.
It'll be 2nd and 6. A while ago, that side of the field, that Rams side, was jubilant. The lead has changed hands 6 times. Still on his feet, lost the football. Lauren Cage was the Steeler who got Wendell Tyler to turn back in the other direction.
Looked like a fumble, but it was real dead. I think it was Taves, though, that came across and forced real early, number 51. This is that bounce out play. Bryant tries to bounce him out. Good outside position by the linebacker. And now Wendell makes a mistake and almost loses the ball.
Did lose it, but he was down. And Tyler, again, has some physical difficulties.
You know, he got a bad reputation for fumbling, but he only has 8 fumbles lost, and that's the same that Franco Harris has.
Get him hustle off the field here.
He's some player.
In pain. Ferragamo and his Ram offensive unit backed up inside their own 10-yard line to the 9.
Tough passing situation.
It's like about 3rd and 14. McCutcheon has replaced Tyler again. He joins Cullen Bryant in the Ram backfield. Steeler fans now rocking the place. McCutcheon. Ferragamo drops. Good protection. Now he's going deep. And has a man. Almost is intended for Preston Denard, and Ron Johnson leaped and knocked it down.
I watched Ron Johnson last year against Dallas, and I thought he was the best-looking cornerback I ever saw in a big game. Watch this play. His second year. He's getting better. Incredible.
Jim Smith back deep for the Steelers. Ken Clark has averaged almost 45 yards a punt today. Standing now in his own end zone. They need a big one. Steelers not really trying to block it. Good kick. Smith will handle it in his own territory. Backpedals to the 46. Gets across the 50, and the Steelers take over at the Ram 46. A 43-yard kick by Clark. Wow, what a game.
There's some hitting, huh?
Not too many of that better than 103,000 have left the Rose Bowl.
Football Life Marathon starts Saturday at 5, only on NFL Network. Left to play. Steelers 24, Rams 19. Wendell Tyler, who's had a rough physical day, but still played well over on the Rams sideline. Sid Thornton joins Harris in the backfield. Bradshaw. His pass is down the middle for his tight end, Benny Cunningham, and knocked down. Jack Reynolds closes.
And well covered. Each team, actually the Steelers have 48 plays, and the Rams have run off 47 plays.
Thinking back through Super Bowl history, there have been 3 passes over 70 yards in the history of this game. 2 of them have been Bradshaw to Stallworth. The longest one was 75 yards. That was in Super Bowl 5, the deflected pass from John Unitas to John Mackey.
Johnny U, huh?
The handoff is to Franco Harris. Almost tripped up behind the line of scrimmage. He got 3. Chased down by Mike Fanning.
Fourth quarter, though, the very thought of getting the ball away from this offense and then facing the Pittsburgh defense, they can really squeeze you when it's time to call it a day. Tough team.
Going for their 4th Super Bowl championship. The team of the 70s without question.
Look how relaxed Bradshaw is coming up to the snap.
Strolling around. 3rd down and 7 at the 43-yard line of Los Angeles. Bradshaw taking a lot of time. Too much time. Robin Cole, who was shaken up a little bit earlier, having his ankle taped on the sideline. But on the LA bench, things are not as happy as they once were.
Boy, they played a ball game. What a season. 9-7.
Offense delayed. 3rd down.
They played the defending Super Bowl champions darn even.
That's the worst record in the history of the game of a participant, and still they've kept it tough and they've kept it close. 24-19. 3rd and 12 at the 48. Webster looking back into the backfield for some reason. Bradshaw will give to Thornton. Thornton still on his feet, still struggling. And the arms of Nolan Cromwell goes down, and the Ram defense is equal to the occasion.
What a tackle by number 21. He's 195 pounds, and Thornton is 230 and built like the proverbial plug. Watch number 21. You can take a ride with somebody that's this strong, and Cromwell somehow sticks with him and gets a takedown.
Colquitt back to kick. It's only his second punt of the game. Eddie Brown standing back deep for the Rams. That is 10. Colquitt. It'll be handled by Brown. Looking for some place to go, but he won't find it. Just outside the 15, a 34-yard kick by Colquitt. The Rams will take over, trailing by 24-19 with 8 minutes and 29 seconds left to play in Super Bowl 14. Rose Bowl now alive with light and enthusiasm from the fans, Ram fans now. Go Rams, go. Waddy in motion. Ferragamo going early. Preston Denard makes the catch. Good throw from Ferragamo.
And the first catch by number 88. He's been the game breaker. Remember, Jesse and Miller went down early for the Rams. And Denard has come on to be quite a player. And young Smith, of course, Waddy. Ooh, good concentration.
J.T. Thomas hits his feet. 24-yard pickup of the Rams out to the 40. Preston Denard, the receiver. Wendell Tyler and Cullen Bryant now the running backs. Less than 8 minutes left to play now as Ferragamo goes right to work again. Looks left, throws left. Denard again. Close to midfield. Mel Blunt, after the 9-yard pickup, really whacked Denard.
Mel Blunt, the big cornerback. Don't think that the Steelers will not use intimidation. They're not after their 4th Super Bowl win because they're nice guys. You got to play them on Sunday afternoon. You better have your hat on.
He jammed him right down on his head. There's Mel Blunt in his 10th year.
Pretty good play. They got man-to-man coverage.
Watch out. Blunt puts Denard right down on his head.
And of course, he was making sure of a very dangerous receiver.
The terrible towels, and many of them are here. Rams own the football just shy of midfield after that 9-yard pickup. It'll be 2nd and 1.
Rams had punted the last 3 times they've had the football. So there is some movement.
Don't forget the Atlanta Hawks and San Antonio.
The Iceman.
George Gervin. I don't know if there's ever been a better shooter than he is.
He had 62 the other night, I saw.
That's next Sunday here on CBS.
Quite a young man from New Mexico, Preston Denard, a free agent. Man, they really love him. Lionel Taylor says this kid's going to be a great receiver. He doesn't want to come out, does he?
He is a little bit shaky, and Ron Smith, number 84, at the end of the Ram huddle, has taken his place. It'll be 2nd and 1 at the 49, with exactly 7.5 minutes left to play. Malavasi and company looking on.
I can't fault Blunt, though. He really didn't try to crack his head, you know?
Inside the Steeler 45, Lauren Taves, the offside linebacker, came over after an 8-yard pickup and a Ram first down.
Remember, Malavasi decided to start Wendell against St. Louis. The score was 21-0 Rams. And then he went on to have over 1,000 yards, 1,100 some odd yards. I'll tell you, Wendell Taylor's a darn good football player.
First down at the 44-yard line of Pittsburgh. Tyler looking someplace to go this time, slips. And Dwight White makes sure he stays down. I think we said a minute ago that the NBA game started at 4 o'clock, that one between San Antonio and Atlanta. It's at 1 o'clock Eastern time.
It'll be over by 4, right?
Or before.
Looked like Tyler was trying to bounce outside and did the splits. Look at the size of that Doug France in there, huh?
300 or so.
He openly said, listen, we can play Pittsburgh. Straight up. We're not afraid of them. We've got a good team, too.
He
knew what he was talking about. They need 12 for first down at Ferragamo. Intended for Terry Nelson, but high over his head. 3rd and 13. So 2 field goals would do it. Or a touchdown would do it. Got some time this time, and the pass is caught. First down, Rams. Billy Waddy, the receiver, and a strike from Ferragamo. 14 yards.
And he came inside where you're not supposed to go. Watch young Woodruff, number 49. Try to pick him up coming across. The underman. But you know you're going to get hit if you run that against Pittsburgh. And Waddy stayed in there and controlled the ball. Shell puts him away.
How well Ferragamo throws this ball.
He's getting more confidence. Claims he's the starting quarterback in L.A. now, win or lose.
He said, I have a lot of respect for Pat Hayden, who went down with an injury, but I am the quarterback right now. Down the middle, it's going to be picked off by the Steelers. Jack Lambert looking for somebody to lateral to, keeps it himself, stays on his feet, and comes back to the 29. Rich Saul made the tackle.
Lambert got that depth, didn't he? He led all the middle linebackers with interceptions. He had 6 during the year. And let's see where he comes from. That's the first Ram turnover. Smith coming across, sort of drifting. I don't think he was supposed to pull up like that. He was supposed to either clear out that area or keep moving across. He died on the pattern.
But as you said, Lambert kept getting that depth. And the Steelers take over with 5:24 left to play. Give us to Harris. At about 4.
There's Big Jack Lambert out of Kent State. That was another good draft, wasn't it?
Got a bunch of good ones that same year. Don't forget the CBS Sports Spectacular next Saturday at 5 Eastern Time. European Figure Skating Championships Part 1. Motorcycle Jump-Off Part 1. Ram bench right now. Deep concern. Lambert is not that big in terms of how heavy he is. He's about 6'4", but he only weighs about 218, 220. Block running. Thornton running. For a while, at least. Elmendorf, number 42, is the first man to make contact.
Well, Joe Green was saying that Lambert has the highest intensity level every game of any player he's ever seen. Joe Green said Lambert's our leader because he's always playing at least up to his best, you know? He's that kind of a player.
Not many people can do that.
That's some picture there, isn't it?
A 3rd down situation coming up for Bradshaw. And 7 yards they need. They take their time as the clock continues to run. Less than 4. Not going to sit on it. For Stallworth. Got him again.
Oh. Okay. Okay, John. That tops the last one.
Rod Perry and Dave Elmendorf are back with him on a 44-yard completion.
Give me some Waylon Jennings music. This is a traveling man. Look at this catch. He's not going to believe it till he sees the replays either. You're behind the secondary now. Watch Perry trying to stay with him. It's pretty good coverage. It's just caught.
Perry's legs are not quite long enough to stay up with Stallworth. 308 yards for Bradshaw. 14 to 21.
By the way, the ball was right on.
He has broken just about every Super Bowl record there is. Bradshaw. Stallworth is sneaking up on him. Rocky Blyer, the ball carrier.
You know, the 2 long catches that Stallworth made, he was pretty well covered.
Both of them bending over backwards over the wrong shoulder.
It's the born-again Christian, Terry Bradshaw. I've always liked him, and I think he's a sticker. I think he's a great person.
It's very hard to believe or conceive that the Steelers would be able to come up with Swan and Stallworth in the same draft along with Lambert and Webster. Ray Malavasi watching it just slip away a little bit down. Second down and 10, Bradshaw. Jim Smith couldn't quite hang on, almost did, but penalty markers go down. And so does the hat of Pat Thomas.
He's the Texas Aggie. Let's see what Thomas is mad about. I mean, these guys are catching the ball off their ear, so the best thing you can do is try to bang him as the ball enters in there. Watch Thomas now. Defensive back has pretty good position.
Not much question about the fact that he did make contact.
You're allowed to make contact if you're there first, and I think Thomas was there first.
I wasn't sure about who caused the contact, but the official was, and that's what counts.
Yeah, the defensive back in me showed. Sorry about that.
First and goal. At the 1-yard line, Franco Harris and Rocky Bleier. And Bleier is smacked before he gets in.
I asked Chuck Noll one of those crazy questions when you and I were sitting talking to me the other night. How has the game changed in his opinion? And he said he saw old movies of the Cleveland Browns in '50 when they beat the Eagles for that first championship. And he said, we never hit anybody. A lot of finessing, a lot of chugging, and some long runs, but not this kind of contact.
Here's the pass interference call. Let's take a closer look at it.
Now, Thomas might be playing the receiver too much. If it's face guarding, that's one thing. But there's nothing wrong with getting yourself under control in front of the receiver. He's looking back for the ball.
The information we got from Art McNally was that he cut him off in an effort to get to the ball.
Of course he did.
Okay. Thornton and Harris. Two setbacks, and Grossman goes in motion. Harris. No signal yet.
What a stand, huh? Franco hit that one hard and quick.
Bob Brudzinski made the stop. Malavasi just asking for a timeout.
Look at Youngblood seal that thing off and get shot and spin back into the tackle. Webster called, Brown, Davis. And couldn't get a hole through there.
Rams, after they call that timeout, have 2 left. The Steelers have 3. A minute 52 left to play. 24-19 Steelers.
Who's your MVP?
Stallworth.
Or Bradshaw?
I'd vote for Bradshaw if it weren't for the interceptions.
Pretty good choice, I guess, either way.
Either way.
Sure sorry Carol Rosenblum isn't here today, though. Huh?
He's the one who put together the organization as it stands. "60 minutes coming up following football. 24-19 Pittsburgh, and they're at the door again. 3rd and goal. Again, it's Grossman in motion. Again, it's Franco Harris. This time he's in. The touchdown for the Steelers. Jim Youngblood hit him, but Franco Harris scored the touchdown.
He had to go in low, and he kept on driving, and that wasn't an easy one. Look at this. That's a ball. There's one Franco wants to take.
That's his 2nd touchdown of the day.
Hard-working man. Remember he tried to play against Madden's Oakland team with the broken ribs that time in the playoffs?
Just couldn't do it. Here's the touchdown.
Low and hard.
And smashes his way into the end zone. Colquitt holding. Barr kicking. Steelers 31-19. Barr and everybody else. Here's the touchdown again.
Talk about great offensive lines and defensive teams meeting, these two have really banged each other. It's not fancy, folks, but that's how you win 4 Super Bowls.
Bradshaw and Theo Bell were shaken up a little bit earlier. 31-19. Happy, happy day. The 4th Super Bowl.
Well, there's a player, John Stallworth.
There were years when people who watched and wrote about Super Bowls and broadcast them at 2 said they were too dull, that defense dominated. This one hasn't been dull. Neither was last year.
The staffs are so good at getting the information across to the players now. It's really something else.
Eddie Hill. Out to about the 35. The Rams still have 2 timeouts left. The clock will stop now while they get their offensive unit on the field. Zach Valentine made the tackle. A minute 43 and 2 timeouts left for the Los Angeles Rams.
Their great center might retire, I understand, Rich Saul, huh? Been a great player here.
He had some ideas about it.
I bet he takes another look at it and says...
I would imagine that he will. Malavasi.
Stan Javi?
Upset Stan, perhaps. That won't go too far. Ferragamo will take off with it. And get down Vince. Dennis Winston made the hit that he ducked under. Rams line up quickly. Ferragamo tripped over his own man. Like he might have turned his ankle. Now throws. Pass complete to Drew Hill, the rookie, at the 30.
What a play by Ferragamo. Joe Green jumped almost off sides and staggered Ferragamo out of the pocket. I think they're going to call, there's Joe Green. He came a count early, and how Ferragamo gets this off, I don't know. But he was very cool. It's a great pass.
Right there, Drew Hill. Lambert knocked him out of bounds. Penalty called on the last play is declined.
75, defense, offside, refused.
Joe Green. It's a first down Rams. A minute 14 left to play.
Joe Green went on Hut 1.
There's one problem with that. It was snapped on Hut 2. At the 30, Ferragamo stays in. Drew Hill is there. Pass goes over his head. Deflected by Thomas. Possible 4th Super Bowl ring coming up. How is this different from the first 3 for Joe Green?
I think it's a special flavor to this one because it is the 4th for us. It would be something that no one else has been able to achieve. But aside from that fact, it does stand alone, and we are intending on winning this ball game, and we have our concentration homed in on just that fact of winning this ball game.
Whatever he says is all right with me.
Joe Green, who is the Los Angeles cheerleader. Joe Green is to the Steelers what Stargell is to the Pirates, the leader of the family. Ferragamo throws, has Wendell Tyler. Wendell surrounded by Black. Mel Blunt, one of those in the dark shirt.
And Lambert, and Cole, and Winston.
That's one of the secrets, isn't it? Rams have to call a timeout. They have 1 left now.
Wendell Tyler has not backed off. He's walked off a few times. He has played super. Tyler was 60 yards on 17 carries, and he was banged from just about the time he touched the ball, most of those.
And had to leave a lot of times.
Golly. A lot of thinking, a lot of resting in the offseason.
A lot of admiring Super Bowl rings if you're a Pittsburgh Steeler, although that's not to say that it's over yet, but they've already got 3. 31-19. Pittsburgh leads. 54 seconds left to play.
But has any team ever proven that no matter where you are at half season, there's a chance you can end up in the Super Bowl if you hang together?
And that's what happened to the Rams. A lot of adversity. A lot of front office controversy, among other things. And they came together as a team and got here. 3rd and 7 at the 27. 54 seconds left to play. Blitz. All out. Out. Oh. J.T. Thomas is there first.
A safety dog. A blitz is something, but watch this safety man. Cuts loose. There's nobody to pick him up. Tyler has to pick up Taves. Zeroing on the numbers and ride right on through.
Greenwood might have been there too. There's J.T. Thomas, the safety man in his 6th year. Timeout.
That's 4 sacks. 4 sacks by the Steelers. Here they come. Lambert going in the middle. Taves to the bottom. Here comes Greenwood. There's J.T.
Ferragamo over talking to Lionel Taylor. Now they're out of timeouts after that. Lambert's been over to check, and he comes back. Last year in the Los Angeles Coliseum for the Rams, they'll move to Anaheim.
They still have that Ram helmet that the Dutchman wore and Waterfield wore and Elroy Hirsch, Bobby Boyd, those people.
Awful lot of tradition. 45 seconds to go. This could be it. Could be the last offensive play. No more timeouts left. This time the protection holds up. But the pass is not complete. And Pittsburgh will take over. It was intended for Billy Waddy. And the terrible towels will come out throughout the Rose Bowl. Not much doubt about the best team of this decade.
There's a lot of doubt about the other team ever quitting. I've never seen anything like the Rams. I guess I wasn't expecting to see this kind of a game, but they are tough. They have done a job.
Wendell Tyler, Cullen Bryant, Ferragamo over talking with his coach, Ray Malavasi. Certainly nothing wrong with the way he played. Bradshaw just falls back.
I'm thinking of some of those old Pittsburgh Steelers running around. Ernie Stoughton.
Yeah.
Darris Sovic. Finks, Jimmy Finks.
But L.B. Nickel, Jack Butler.
They're still in association with the team you played with, huh?
Yeah, it's like a fraternity. Just been informed that the MVP for this contest is picked by Sport Magazine, and their panel of voters is Terry Bradshaw. Now, that's certainly something that you could not argue with. Noel and the Steelers then, victorious in Super Bowl 14.
A lot of respect for one another. They kept saying it all week. If we execute, we'll win.
Well, there's a guy who did an awful lot of work this week and an awful lot of good work. Robert Stenner, our producer.
All year.
Yeah, what a year it's been. For him, too, the director.
The artiste, does he get the shots?
Whatever he asks for. But the rest of the crew should not be ignored by any means. An awful lot of them out here to put on a game of this magnitude, and it's been as smooth as can be.
The MVP was Terry Bradshaw.
Terry Bradshaw, right. Inside the Ram locker room now, the Pittsburgh locker room. That was the Ram locker room you saw momentarily. There's Dan Rooney.
When you're the champs, you're all by yourself. It's hard to stay on top. Somehow the Steelers can do it.
Now Bradshaw signaling to those Steeler fans up behind the dugout as he walks in. MVP Terry Bradshaw.
How about him kidding about all his interceptions this year when he was talking earlier?
All right, let's go down now to Brent Musburger with Commissioner Pete Rozelle.
We are family indeed, and for the 4th time, the Rooneys and the Pittsburgh Steelers have won the Super Bowl. And it's my pleasure to introduce the Commissioner, Pete Rozelle, to make the award presentation. Commissioner?
Well, Mr. Rooney, as the saying goes, we'll have to stop meeting like this. I think it's absolutely incredible. You were tested, your team was tested today by an outstanding Ram club. You came back every time. And I know that for you, it had to be particularly rewarding to have your son Danny, president of the club, your son Art Jr. also play a part in this franchise, in this win for the franchise that you started 46 years ago. But I know for you, the big thrill was being able to deliver to the City of Champions, your beloved Pittsburgh, this trophy.
I think the players want you to go ahead and speak now.
Listen, this is probably the best one we've ever had, and I accept this trophy on behalf of the best football team in the nation, and the best coaching staff, and the best organization. Thank you.
I might add that this well could be the best football team in history right now.
Whatever's right.
Chuck, I have to ask you specifically about the game. It was the big play. The Rams turned in a heck of a performance. They didn't back away from you at all.
There's no question about that. They ran the ball very well. They played great defense. We had some people in our offensive line that were a little bit crippled up, and we were not quite as efficient as we'd like to be, but big plays that we were able to turn over by John Stallworth and Terry Bradshaw, and of course that starts with the protection in the offensive line, and our defense able to come up at the end when we had to. It was just a great game for us.
The defense kept changing up against Terry. They kept giving him different looks, a lot of nickel backs. They'd move the cornermen in, then they'd shift them back outside. He had to solve that throughout the game.
Well, we were able to do it from a passing standpoint, but we were trying to grind up some time running the ball, and they were shifting the fronts on us early, and we had a little problem with that, but it shouldn't be in the future.
Back live now with the most valuable player, Terry Bradshaw. Terry, this was no easy one today, was it?
Brandon, was one of the toughest Super Bowls I've ever played in. First half, we didn't really take control of them, had excellent field position, just could not cash it in. I had an interception in the second half, 2 more interceptions, but we started hitting some big plays, and I found out something in their coverage I wanted, and then I hit it for 2 big bombs. I hit it early, and I came back and I told John, I'm going to try this play again. I don't think they'll be in the same cover. They were in the same dead blame coverage. I couldn't believe it, and we hit another one.
Terry, if we could get some movement there, we can see the big play. They're standing right in front of the monitor, and here it was. This is Lynn Swann on the touchdown. Now, the second man over, Nolan Cromwell, was just a step short on the double coverage, and Linney makes one big play after another.
They had a blitz on, and I had an audible at the line of scrimmage against a man coverage, and they gave a delayed blitz. I saw it right at the very last and saw Swann break for the post. I didn't see the reception, so I didn't see it again here, so I don't know how he caught it, but I heard it was a tip ball, and he made a great catch.
The trap game was not working with Franco Harris. You had to look for the big play. They took that away from you.
They rammed down everyone. They really shut off the traps. I tried to go outside with some influence plays. I tried to do some straight blocking. They did an excellent job. The second half, they were really fired up because they smelled victory.
Congratulations. Now let's go to the soul of this ball club with Irv Cross. Here's Mean Joe Green.
Thanks a lot, Brent and Carson. You talk about the heart of the Steeler team and defense, you have to talk to Joe Green. Joe, were you surprised that the Rams played the kind of game they did and hung in there to the 4th quarter?
No, I wasn't. Those people played their hearts out, and they believe that they can win. And that's what makes this game so great. We have people that come out and play like that. It was a tremendous effort on both teams' part.
The 4th World Championship, 4th Super Bowl championship, never been done before. What does it mean to you?
I'm not sure it's real yet. I feel beautiful. I feel wonderful. Pittsburgh Steelers have so many ball players, so many outstanding football players. Today, a lot of the guys didn't play as well as we would have liked to, but we got a lot of good football players.
Congratulations, Jim. Of course, when you want to move the ball, you give it to your best ball carrier, number 32, Franco Harris. It's the 4th one. How do you feel?
Feel great. I tell you, I mean, when we won the first one, you try to think, wow, your first one, and then the second one, the third one. and now a fourth one. I tell you, this feels fantastic. I'm just happy for everybody in Pittsburgh and like the Rooneys and our coaching staff. It's just great.
Franco, it looks like you played 2 games today. You're trailing 13-10 at halftime. In the third quarter, the Steelers came out and exploded. What kind of adjustments did you make?
Well, we kind of felt that we had to go in there and do what we do and do it better than we did the first half. Okay, we were moving the ball the first half. We were doing certain things, but we just, like that little bit of something was missing. When we came in the second half, we were behind. Sure, you get nervous, but hey, the game's won in 2 halves. So the second half, we just put it together.
Congratulations. Thanks a lot.
Thanks a lot.
Congratulations to you.